3, 2, we have ignition.
Hey, welcome to Connect. You know, it's interesting in business, isn't it? Most people do business, give or take 20% of the same way the businesses just like them do it. Meaning, pretty much everybody who does business does it pretty much the same. And it's interesting to see that there's articles, like you've read them yourself, you've seen them yourself, like in the Wall Street Journal I saw one the other day that 75% of all new business fail. There's one in Fast Company that said that even super funded businesses, $100 million or more, tank. And it's like the things that we see too. It's not the amount of money somebody has or doesn't have. It's about how they go about doing business and how resourceful they are. Not the resources, it's the model. Interesting to see some of the things that for example, I was at a restaurant the other day and this was fantastic. I thought, good for you for being different, and I bet it'll work. This little restaurant, fairly new, guy named Tony, my wife and I are having dinner, and there are not many people in here, but he comes over and asks how we're enjoying our food, and I had the sea bass, and she had the chicken parmesan, we both had wine, and he said, hey, you know, just like everybody else, he said, hey, my name's Tony, welcome, glad you're here, super nice guy, and the food is fantastic, and I told him that, and he goes, great, you know what, do you mind if we keep in contact? And I said, well, what do you mean? And he said, well, you know, if you like the sea bass or you like wine, it can keep in, you know, I'm not going to spam you or barrage you or harass you, but, you know, we'll let you know when we've got like new wine coming in, that's the kind of wine that you might like or the kind of food that you might like. And I thought, yeah, that sounds fantastic, because it's like, you know, I've heard of these business restaurants that have done this before, but I've never actually really seen it. And I've always heard they do well, but almost nobody ever does it. But you see these models too now popping up in other industries and they seem to be doing well, like construction. I saw a construction guy doing it the other day, where most construction guys, like remodels and decks and that kind of thing, they all advertise in the same place. They all do it the same way, and they struggle and they go out of business, and just like everything else. But this guy said, hey, you know what, you know, let's keep in contact, you know, mind if I send you, like, you know, every month I'll just keep you up on maybe a landscaping project that we've done or a deck that we did. And it's like, yeah, you know, I'd be curious to see. That way, if I want something done, you know, I can see what that guy's done over time. These other guys, I don't know them from Adam, but now, you know, imagine when something comes up, like I see somebody at the office or wherever, and they go, hey, I'm thinking about a deck, who do you know? You go, well, I never used this guy, but, you know, here's been my experience. They go, yeah, shoot his info over. I haven't used him, but I'm referring him without ever being a client. Or maybe I did use him, but it's a great way to kind of, it seems like a fantastic way to build this. It's almost like you're growing your own business rather than looking at the alternatives. And this is something that we see as a monstrous expense with all business, is advertising. And there's so many places to advertise, online, offline. You don't know which way to go. You're grasping at straws. You're putting money out there. You have to pay it up front and hope that it comes back, hope advertising, right? Versus taking a moment and building this yourself. Some of these people are really savvy. The same scenario back if you look at Joe Girard. I think he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the greatest salesman ever, or something to that effect. And he sold cars way back when. And he had a similar system. In fact, when he went to get the job, the story goes, is a sales manager said, look, we're full of sales guys. If we add one more, the rest of them are going to have mutiny because we don't have enough walk-in traffic for these guys. And he goes, no worries, I'll bring my own customers. He said, you're hired. He did the same kind of thing, just kept in contact, sent out mail back then. You know, today with software, you can do that faster and more effective. But interesting, see how that might work for your business. I'd love to find what you're doing and love to get your response. It'd be really cool. And I hope these things work. You know, when you're here, we want to share what works so you can get the benefit. Also, if you're in launch mode, if you're just starting a business, there are things that really don't work, which is what most people do, and some things that really work slick. In the next video, we'll share that. Thanks. See you there.